Hi, Kingston. That was nice
Hi.
meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Widow's Bay, what a show. As someone who loves horror and comedy, I'm always skeptical because you hear about things that are labeled dark comedy and it more is on the horror side or and less on comedy, vice versa. This truly is a hilarious and haunting show. What aspect do you like drew you to it? More the comedy, the horror, both?
I think so for me personally, I had always done like drama. Like
Hmm.
that was like what I had always done for movies and TV. And I really loved the horror like part of movies and TV, and I never got into it. And I was like, I really wanted to try because I had always done drama and I really liked horror, and I was like, I should do comedy. Like that sounds interesting. That sounds difficult, and I want to try and like find a project that really eases me into that. And I learned about this project months and months before I auditioned for it, and I was like, I really want to do
Hmm.
this. And so I finally did get the audition, and it was so freaking perfect. Like just like they wrote it so well on how they blended their horror and comedy. I was like, if I were to do this, like I would be set. This is exactly what I want to do of like horror comedy. And then I met with Allison Jones, the casting director, and she was so funny and so serious, but it was just great. And so after booking the project, working on it was awesome. I loved it. But it was fun because it was like exactly what I wanted. Like I wanted it to be like a comedy, but I didn't want it to be pure comedy. And so they did a great job with it.
Yeah, there's a lot of subtle comedy, right? Like
Yeah,
with your
exactly.
character, like some of your quotes that you have that people are already loving, like with calling somebody a pig, for example, that's become very quotable. I'm wondering, was there any improv on your side, or was it very
Oh,
stick to the script?
there was a lot of improv within like especially when I was with the other kids.
Yeah.
We did a lot of improv, just so much, so many lines that they kept in. And like me, I remember when I think there's a scene where I think I'm pretty sure they kept it in of like we're in the car and they dare me to go into the house and then I get out and I spook them in the car, stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
we literally were having fun on set.
Was that
And
new
like
for you, improv, or have you done that before?
I I had done it within the boundaries of very intense scenes of
Mhm.
like me kind of being able to do a scene how they want it, how the director wants it, how the writer wants it, and then me being able to kind of take it to my perspective of like if I were to do it, I would say these lines or whatever. But for the comedy part of it, I had never done that before, and it was funny to like just different reactions and of like I would think of something and I tell Beck who played PJ. I'd be like, oh, you should say this, and then and he would say the same thing to me, and it was just like especially with Katie too. She would come up and she'd be like, what if you said this, and it was fun to like improv with that because I'd never done it with comedy before, and
Mhm.
it was fun because it wasn't like people were like, why would you think that I would say that? Or like I don't want to be told. Like people were very open to hearing about it because it's funny. You know
Yeah,
what I
well,
mean?
it works. It works. It's so difficult to like laugh and then like cover your eyes at the same time,
Exactly.
within like two
Yeah,
seconds. I absolutely love it.
exactly. Yeah.
And you work with like really close on screen with Matthew Rhys. I mean, what is that like? What have you learned from that? I mean, I'm not used to seeing him in comedy as much either, right? So, what's that been like for you?
I think that like I've worked with a lot of different people before playing my dad, and I also think that like I've worked with people who are very serious about their job and they're very like, when they're working,
Hmm.
and with Matthew, and I kind of okay doing that, I'm like, okay, well I have to be very serious and I can't take any jokes and I have to be 100% there when I'm working to be good, you know what I mean? Because those other people are really good. And then I met Matthew and he was so funny and charismatic and charming, and it was annoying because he was so good too. So I'm like, okay, well you can be that offset and onset and still be really good. And so I think I learned a lot with Matthew of just being like he's such a good person and he's such a good actor,
Hmm.
and those things can work very closely. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just appreciated him so much. We're like still we text all the time. I'm going to New York soon. I'm gonna go see him. Like
Oh,
he's the best. Like I couldn't ask for a better on-screen dad.
Yeah, I'm wondering, since you brought up the comedy and he was funny too, was it difficult? I'm just wondering on set, like I'm sure a lot of laughs interrupted scenes.
Oh my God, you have no idea. There was takes that I could not help myself, especially when he was on mushrooms. There were
Yeah,
scenes like that. I don't know if they didn't keep in, but there were scenes of him being very high on mushrooms and him talking, and I was so unprofessional. I could not stop laughing because he was so in it. And it's really good because there's also scenes where like he'll just look at me funny or like anything when I'm with
you
my
lose
friends.
it.
You just lose it. But everybody loses it, so it's
Yeah.
not like on me, which is nice. But I've definitely at times where I'm like, "Oh, I need to lock in, you know what I mean?" But
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for your time. People are waiting every week for new episodes of Widow's Bay on Apple TV. I know I'm sure you're waiting too for the last few episodes to come out.
I'm excited
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks so much, Kingston, again for your time.
so much. It was nice to meet you.
You too.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.